Hello all, welcome back. Good evening. Today we are going to learn another super important topic like how to deal with objects whenever we are going to use with the help of use state. Okay? And so far we have learned how to use a use state with a simple primitives like a string or a number or a boolean. Okay, now today we are going to understand how to deal with a use state with the help of objects on arrays also. And by end of this session, I'm going to give one super important announcement. So definitely you are going to be very happy. Hopefully, hopefully. So because who are watching this video uh, in the YouTube, you can forward it till the end and you can uh, watch what is the announcement or what is the good news or whether you will take it positive or not, that I'm not sure. Definitely, hopefully you will love that. Okay, so but who are joined, you need to wait for another 40 minutes. After understanding super important topic, I'm going to explain some super important thing for you. Okay, just one more time, Babita and Varun, are you ready? And who are watching this video on the YouTube, are you guys ready?
Yeah, Ravi, ready.
Hopefully you're
Yes, sir.
Ready to know that.
ready.
Yes, sir. Eagerly waiting.
Okay, for announcement, yeah, wait for that. Okay, so far because I'm really because I love this documentation about the React.js, so I'm just trying to explain the same flow how these people provided the documentation. So far, if you see, just go to the official documentation of the React.js and click on Learn React, and here you see Learn React. We have four sections. One is describing the UI and adding interactivity, and the third one is the managing state, and the last one is escape hatches. Like every section is really important. Without understanding this, you can't understand this like that. Okay, so far describing the UI. Okay, I covered all the concepts. Only one topic I skipped, that is keeping components pure. So this is very important thing whenever we are dealing with components, whenever we are creating a components, we should always keep in mind that our components are pure. But what is a pure means? Before that, we should understand what is a pure function. Then we should understand how to make our component, how to keep our components are pure. So I will explain this in a separate session with some beautiful examples. Just wait for that. Okay. Okay. That's the only thing I missed in this thing. And rendering list, of course, why we are using keys. If you don't use keys, what will happen? That is a pending thing. Definitely, I will explain that in a separate session because that's very important. I know. And the next topic is, okay, sometimes you get this. I don't know why the scroll bar is not working in my edition or something. So next one is adding interactivity. So if you see responding to events and how to use a state as a components memory, render and commit. Okay, we have discussed few things about state as snapshot. And yesterday, okay, we have taken almost 1.5 hours, more than around 2 hours to understand this concept. Okay, queuing a series of state update. But this is the most important topic. Okay, without understand these things, maybe in interviews definitely you will get a lot of problem. Okay, but hopefully you guys understood. So next things like updating a state, updating objects in a state, updating arrays in a state. Okay, these are not complex thing. If you understand what is a destructuring, if you understand why we should not mutate the state, if you keep in mind those two things, then these things are very easy. Okay, and we are going to enter into another super important stage. Like we have done a two things, like almost 50% is done in, and then we are going to enter into the another super important concept, that is a managing state, and after that escape hatches in React.js. Okay, why I'm explaining all these things now? You should start, because already I've explained two sections. At least you should start reading the documentation from at least now. So if you start reading this all this documentation, you will get more knowledge. I'm saying reading documentation is the greatest habit and good habit for developers. Okay, that's your choice. If you want to become a good developer, okay, and you don't need to, if you're not interested to spend 2 hours or 3 hours in the office extra time, or you don't need to lose your weekend time to sacrifice for the company, okay, I will give one habit, I will suggest one habit, that is reading the documentation. Okay, fine, let's jump into the topic. Today I think I have taken too much time to explain, but the moral of my discussion is start reading the documentation from today. This is the May 15th. So at least I hope we'll start reading the documentation. Just tell me, Varun and Bhavita, are you really interested to read the documentation? Don't try to read the whole documentation a single day. It's very difficult, I know. But start it. Yes or
Yeah,
no?
Raghu, I'm committed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because even if you just follow any trainer or any tutorial, it's not possible for the trainer to cover each and every topic, but in the documentation you will get all the information, even you will get a best information. Okay, so definitely. Okay, fine. So today our topic is how to update objects in a state. Okay, let's without wasting time, already I have taken too much time. I think you guys are waiting. Save it. Okay, so now we can go and take a new example. So that is like login screen or registration form. Suppose I'm just taking some component. Okay, which one we can go? Registration form or login form? Varun or Bhavita?
Login form.
Login form. So fine. So login.jsx. Fine. So let's go and design the login form. So just login return JSX. JSX. Okay, then just go and export default. So you don't need to give unnecessary semicolons. Just avoid it if it is not necessary. Fine. So here, just I'm just putting one heading like login. Let's see. Let's just put it in app.js directly, because today we are going to focus on this component only. So that is login script. So automatically it is imported. So if it is not giving that import statement automatically, please do import with the proper path. So let's see whether it is working or not properly. Yes, this is the login form. Okay, so far we didn't design anything. So let me add to the login screen means, okay, I'll just go with Amazon or anything, whichever you want, you can go and try that. Amazon shopping cart. So yeah, sign in. Just click on sign in. So just beautiful icon. Here it is giving one text box. Suppose if I enter mobile number, okay, I'm not going to enter my mobile number. Okay. So double line, da, 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 da. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 6 6 7 8. Okay. I just can continue. Incorrect phone number. Okay, hopefully successfully I just given an incorrect phone number. Okay, fine. So for now, actually, okay, just try to replicate the same thing with your CSS techniques and all those things. But I'm not very good at CSS, so I will go with a simple thing. So if you want to design any form, it's better to go and take a form. Okay, okay, this is HTML5 semantic. Okay, why we need to use HTML5 semantics and all those things? Definitely, whenever we do some project, definitely I will explain everything. Otherwise, just please go and watch some videos or something. So let's see. This is a form. We need two inputs. Suppose at least go with the one input. So max, like always just try to do with a self-closing tag, especially for form controls, especially input. So just give and type as a text. Let's see whether it is displaying in our screen or not. Okay, beautiful. Okay, maybe it's not beautiful, but it should feel like a beautiful thing because we are doing. So one text box is there, and we need another text box input. So nothing wrong to go with closing tag like that, but please prefer to use self closing tag. And type. Okay, what is the type? Password, right? We need a password, and we need a button. We need a button. Okay, submit or login or sign in. What's there in a Amazon? So fully it's there in a, okay, after continuing maybe it will give a sign in, or in the bottom it is showing one button like create your Amazon account. Whenever you click on it, it will try to navigate to other screen for registration form, right? Okay, we can give that one as well. In the bottom out of the form or inside, okay, out of the form, it's, I think, just give one more button. What is the text there? Create your Amazon account. Create your, okay, if you are building Amazon, go with Amazon. Otherwise you can go with your own application. Okay, I think it's Amazon. Create your own Amazon account. Fine, let's save it. Let's see whether it is displaying things. Okay, this is coming, but these are coming in a same row. Or let me display those things in a separate. Otherwise either you can use a break, or it's better, sometimes it's better to wrap inside the div. So because divs are inline elements, right? Or block level. Varun?
Block level.
Yeah, block level, yes. Means it will occupy whole line. Sometimes in interview they will ask what's the difference between inline elements and block level elements. And maybe who already know about all these things, maybe they are feeling like, "Drag, why you're explaining all these things? Just explain what's the topic for today." Yeah, if you want, you can just forward the video. Okay, let's go. Yeah, user ID and password and sign in and create your Amazon account. Yeah, just go and add some beautiful CSS. Definitely, it looks good. Or just add some Bootstrap or Material UI or a Tailwind CSS. Okay, whatever, whichever is your favorite, just go and add that one. So right now, I'm just going with a plain HTML things. Okay, fine. So now if you see, whenever you click on sign in, we should read user ID and password. We should read user ID and password. Suppose I'm just writing user ID, something, password. You see, whenever you take the input type as a password, okay, input type as a password, it will hide what you are typing, but it is taking the value. Okay, fine. So hopefully good. Even if you want to give some placeholder, okay, do you know what is a placeholder? Hopefully, placeholder, you can type, right, enter user ID. Okay, and for this one you can give a placeholder, enter password. Okay, certainly. So we see it is giving. So like first one is capital, so that, okay, let's go with the same pattern. The user ID and enter password. Like it's not bad. Okay, definitely it's not completely good, not completely bad. So whenever you click on sign in button, normally what we need to do in a real time. So this is a user form. Suppose you just logged into Amazon. Suppose you just open a login form. It has a user ID and password and some login button is there. So whenever you enter user ID and password, if you click on a button, you should send that information to the server, right? Should send some that information to the server with the help of REST API. Normally we are using REST APIs because these are super cool and popular and secure. A lot of things are there. So if you send a request to the server, this server will check whether that user ID is and password is correct or not by interacting with us database. Normally, if you just go with, we are going to learn MongoDB definitely very soon. And this is the server we are going to build with a Node.js and the Express.js. Express.js. Okay. So if you send a request to the server and server is going to, so you need to send user ID and password in the form of object. It's good, right? It's good. Okay, you need to send user ID, some information, and password again some information. So if you are able to pass this information as an object, it's easy to communicate. That means we should store this information in the form, and while if whenever you are sending request to the server, it's better to send in the form of object. Okay, fine. We can come to that point very soon. So here, this is the form. This is the form. This is there in the client side. This is there in the client side. This is one component. So here, we should maintain the state. I'm just putting some state. Okay, state. You should store what is the username and you should store what is the password. And whenever you click on submit button, you should take that username and password and you should send it to the server. So that we should maintain the username and password in a state. Okay, we have another way also there, but we can talk about that later. So for that, what I'm doing, we should store that information in a state. Two ways are there. Either you can take two use state like, right, constant username comma set username comma set username. Just a minute. Username is equal to use state. So initially that is empty. Like here we are taking as a string. Okay, second one, because we need to store password also. That's why I'm just taking another use state. Here I will store password comma set password, because if you are typing something, you should store all the password information, okay, from that text box. You should read that information from the text box. For that, we can go with a use state. Okay, two things. Okay, either you can go with this approach or we can go with a one more approach. What is that now? Instead of storing username and password in a separate state, we can store in a same state with the help of object. Okay, how we can do that? Okay, I'll explain here simply. The constant, here you are saying that just user details, and set user use state. What you can do here, you can go with the object. The first one is username single quotations, the empty, because if you want to, initially it is empty. Another one is a password. Okay, that means here we are taking help of object. We are storing state in the form of object. Here it's a simple string. So far we understand how. If you have done a practice, hopefully you know this concept. If you didn't practice, that is not my mistake. Okay, hopefully if you don't understand, no problem, you can ask me. I will try to explain one more time. So Varun and Bhavita, just tell me which approach is good. Whether we can go with individual strings or we can maintain in a one state.
Object, sir. One step.
First one,
Second one, sir. Object.
okay. Bhavita is choosing the second option. Varun, what is your option?
Second option. Like.
Varun also going with the second option. So first, I will explain how to deal with the individual things and because we should understand how to read the information from the text box. Once you understand that concept clearly, yes, this is the best approach. We can maintain user ID and password in a one object. That definitely it's good because maybe updating without mutating, because without mutating without mutating, because it's very important, right? State should not mutate by us. So no problem. First, we can understand how to deal with the individual use states and understand how to read the information from the input text box. Then it's easy to understand with the object. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Just tell me one more time.
Yeah.
First, we should read the information from the text box, right? Okay, here, if you want to read the information in the text box, either we can go with the refs or we can maintain everything in the state. Okay, because what is ref and all those things, maybe it will take 1 or 2 weeks to enter into the topic. Till the time, just wait and watch. Okay, no problem. If we are going to learn everything, don't worry. Because if someone already knows what is ref and all the things, I'm just giving a clues for it. So fine, stay. So here, super constant username comma set user name is a method we need to use state. Okay, use state. Because I think automatically it has imported. Fantastic. Username initially it's a empty, so just give an empty string, and password also in the same way, like password comma set password set password equal to use state. This is this is also empty. Okay, this is also an empty thing. Okay, fantastic. So now, okay, first of all, suppose if I give some value, user ID, suppose it's like today Shubhaman Gill is playing very well. I think he's already scored 60. Maybe by the end of this session, let's see what's the score. Let me check what's the score now quickly. Cricket
96 Raghu.
96 playing or
Playing.
96 not out. Fantastic. Okay. And hopefully he will cross the century. We can take Gill. The password like 12345. Okay, most of the people set the password like 12345. It's too bad for learning. Okay, for here we don't have any problem. So, but if you see, I just I just store the information in the state, but it is not displaying here, right? It is not displaying here. But we don't have any relation between this use state and this text box. So, but here, do one thing. What I'm doing, I'm just putting value is equal to username. Okay, for the text box. Okay, from where we are reading the data from the state, because we need to connect input text box with the states. Just simple value. From where you are taking the value, from these states username. So if you just save it, if you see the output, okay, you will see the information Gill. Okay, but here suppose if you're entering anything, because if you see, if I am doing backspace, or even if I'm typing something, it is not responding to me. So I'm just typing actually. Maybe if you're able to hear the keyboard voice, nothing is happening. Okay, nothing is happening. So just if I store some password here, value. What I'm doing, I'm just taking as a password here. So that means I connected username state to first input box and password to the second input text box. So this definitely it will display the password, but hopefully 5 dots. Very good, because we are just hiding that password. Or if you want to see whether it is working or not properly, just give well, at, at least at this moment, just go with the type as a text so that you will see the password as well. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now if you see, this is very important. This is very important. The thing is, whenever I'm just trying to add more characters in that text box, it is not working. But if I remove this, observe carefully. If I remove this, if I remove this, if I remove this, it is working properly because I'm able to enter the thing. Okay, I'm able to enter. But the problem is, whenever I put value as a username, so first one, I'm just connected with a state. Observe carefully. Second one, I didn't connect with the state. So observe carefully so that you can at least you can understand the difference. So if you see here, second text box, I'm able to write anything, I'm able to delete anything. But here, it is not allowing me to write anything or delete anything. Can anyone tell me what's the reason for that?
Because initially you have given value now, sir, for your state, only given.
Okay, I have given a GIL. So okay, it should display GIL, but why it is not allowing me to add any extra text? So initially I'm glitch text. Okay, fine. But then దాన్ని update చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నా. I want to update it. Why it is not allowing? Any reason? Here it is allowing.
Because we are hard coding that.
Okay, fine. Here, what is happening now? If because we don't have on change event, because we are changing the text, right? Whenever you connect to the state, okay, whenever you connect to the state, what we need to do first of all, if you do any change to this state with the help of set username, then only it will update the state and then it will display here. Okay, I will draw the diagram. This is very important. This is very important. That's why I'm taking too much time to explain, because you should understand. So if you see here, this is the text box, and what I'm saying, text box, I just connected this that information to you. So the strict rule is, whatever I will put here, you should display here. Okay, it is following properly. Okay, fantastic. Okay, always always means always it will display whatever is there in the state, because already you have connected. Because suppose you have a website, okay, net banking. So suppose they are displaying, suppose your bank balance, maybe it's a good example or not, I'm just trying to explain. Suppose your bank balance is 55,550. Okay, suppose if you just try to edit here, it doesn't allow, right? Normally, after we don't have an option to edit, but it's not possible. What we need to do, because this is displaying from your bank balance, right? If you have a bank balance 55,777, so here if you see that information in a like summary of your account details or whatever it is, it will always display. What you need to do, if you want to reflect some change here, what you need to do, Varun, whether
Some edit.
whether you will hack this website and you will update the information, or you will deposit some money in the bank.
Yeah, we will deposit some money or withdraw some money.
You see, if you go to the bank, and if you just deposit 5,000 rupees, what they will do, they will update your bank balance with 5,000 rupees. At the time it will be 60,777. The moment you have updated the bank balance, automatically, because we are just displaying information from here, right? Just displaying information from here. So that it will display 60,777. So don't follow the example blindly in all the situations. Just understand what I'm saying. Yeah, because we are displaying information, we have connected this text box with that state, so that if you want to display something here, first you should update here. It is a cycle process. So if you update something here, it will reflect here. So now tell me how to update the state of the username. How to update the state of the username? Varun and Bhavita?
Set username function.
Yes, very good. Because already it is providing set username. If you give something new information, he is going to update here. So here, when we need to when we need to update the set username, on change. Because if you try to do any change in the text box for on change event, because here I'm doing like the constant handle username, handle username. Handle username. Here, what you need to do? You need to set username, but you should know what I'm typing in the text box, what I have updated in the text box. So you should read that information right here. Just simple, just give a handle username. So handle username. So whenever you do any change, it is going to hit this handle username. Okay. For button on click we use, right? On click means whenever you click on a button, at the time that handler will invoke. Here on change means whenever you add anything in the text box, or whenever you just remove any text or character in the text box, it is going to hit this one. But if you want to read the information, so here the simple thing is, so this is the event. Okay, don't worry. What is this all the thing? I will explain slowly. Event dot target dot value. That means, okay, on chain, this handy username is attached to this input. Okay, this input. So whatever you are typing in this input, it will come in the form of event, because with the help of event you can connect to that input text box. And this event, what is the target now? Because who has interacted through this on change? This input text, right? So that it will read that text box value, event.target.value. So observe carefully. So before I'm putting the state changes, if you want to see, I'm just putting console.log. What is the value there in the event.target.value? Can just put in the console.log. So observe carefully. Of course, initially it will be tough for you to understand, but yeah, we should do practice and we should understand things clearly. So now we have on change means whenever you enter, so if you see, I'm just typing here, I'm just typing. Okay, let me refresh. Observe carefully. Here I'm typing a. So here see, gil a. Again I'm typing b. It is gil b. Again I'm typing c, gil c. But it is not updating on the UI, right? Why? We are not changing the state. So here something, because you are able to read what is there in that text box with the help of event.target.value. So simply go and update the state. Go and update the state. So event.target.value. So observe carefully. Now use first one will work properly. I'm writing gil. State is working properly or not? What is happening? for each and every character. Whenever I am typing each and every time, it is going to hit this on change event. And what is the handle username? It will take the latest value. Suppose Shubhaman Gill, whenever I type yes, it is going to update yes in this username. Then I will type yes you, it is going to update with yes you. Shubhaman Gill, like for each and every character, suppose if 10 characters are there, it is going to update the state 10 times. Maybe you will get a question, Raghu, if you update 10 times, it is going to re-render 10 times, it's going to be a problem. Okay, we will think about that problem later. Okay, yes, that is a problem. We can think about the problem later. Whether it is a problem or is there any advantage with that? Okay, understood so far? Understood so far or not?
Yeah, Raghu, understood.
Kavita,
Yes, sir. Understood.
this is very, very important because here we are maintaining in the circular form. This is a big circle. And, properly, it's a big circle. Means first you are maintaining some information in the state, and that information is going to display on the text box. If you do any changes, if you do any change, like on change means if you add any character or remove any character, whatever it is, immediately it will invoke this handler handle is username change or whatever the handle change. I'm just giving a handle change. Inside that we have a setter method set state. I'm just putting a set state, whatever the state you want to update. Yes, state, and just give a event dot target dot value. Suppose whenever you are following some tutorials, they will follow that. Okay, instead of putting event, they will put just simply e dot target dot value. That is also same because here you will get a reference to this input text box in the form of an argument. Okay, set username e dot target dot value. So now if you see, it is working properly. It is working properly. So but the password, actually we didn't connect to the state. We didn't connect to the state because we are not updating the information in the state. So first we need to connect password also to the state. How? Sorry, val
So, Raghu, directly we can write that function in onChange only, right?
sorry, what you are saying?
Directly we can write that function in onChange only, no?
Yeah, we can write, but it's better to initially
Yeah, understood.
it's better to write a handler so that beginners don't get confused. Handle, what is this? Password. So this handle password you should attach again on change and mention that handle change. That's fantastic. Here, whenever you do this handle password, we should set the new password, right? Here we are not mutating. Just remember, we are not mutating. Every time we are giving a new value, it is going to change the reference. It is going to store in a different memory allocation. It is going to change the references. Yes, it will trigger the re-render and whatever is happening, how many times it is rendering, that is not the headache now. Okay, we can discuss about that later. Okay, now if you see, we have a sync with the state. Okay, this username username have a separate state, and password have a separate state, so that it's very easy for us to update the state. So this username is we are maintaining in the use state of this one is in the password set. Whenever you click on a button, okay, no problem, we can read username from this state and password from this state, and we can send it to the REST API. There is no problem. Okay, but instead of taking in two separate states, what we can do, we can maintain in a object. Okay, before going to deal with how we can do with the object, What you need to do now? You need to do someone join in the middle. I can't help. Okay, Rajendra, you joined after 30 minutes, if I'm not wrong. Okay, anyway, welcome.
Sorry, na.
Okay, no problem, no problem. But we have done a majority of the part, but still you can understand. Fine. Okay, so what you can do, Varun and Bhavita, uh, you join with a laptop or a mobile?
Laptop okay.
Sir, today I joined with mobile.
You join with a mobile? Okay, in that case. So we can do one thing. Varun, we can take 5 minutes break, okay? And then I will explain how to deal with a single state, okay? Because we need to digest, you guys need to digest, so that just recollect what I said, okay? And I will give this code to you. Just copy paste on your VS Code or any component. Just add any component if you're logging with the computer, and just observe what we have done. Okay, I will be back in 5 minutes, and I'm going to explain if we have a username and password in the form of object in a single state, how to update that. We are going to learn. Okay, is it okay, Varun, Babita, Rajendra?
Okay, na.
So it's 9:17, so that I will be back at 9:20. So maybe you, if you are joined with the mobile, please go and take a break, take some water, go for a small walk and come back. 9:23. Already we have wasted 1 minute. Bye bye. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hi team, there, ready?
And
Hi,
yeah,
Kavita and Varun.
Yes, sir.
Just see the scoreboard. What happened? 188. Yeah, he scored century. Awesome. 13 forts, only 1-6. Fantastic. Okay, this is against Sunrise Hyderabad. Okay, we are at really. I think we are out of the tournament, right? If I'm not wrong. It's 11 matches, 8 only. It's difficult to reach. Okay, fine. First of all, we should focus on our learning. So, ready? Suppose if you maintain the state in one object, because who are watching this video, please pause the video and first practice whatever we discussed so far. Okay, if you are not interested to practice, of course, that is your choice. I can't do anything. Okay, I hope you will do practice. So now, okay, now just tell me, Varun, Bhavita, and Rajendra, are you ready to learn how to update state object? Yes or no?
Arabi.
So let's go and maintain the state in our object. So here, user, just user, and the set user. Okay, suppose if you have, so right now we are taking only the two properties in that object, but maybe in the future maybe we can take multiple properties or nested object also there. For introduction, like it's better to go with a simple object. Here the first one is user name. It's empty initially, and password, AWORD password is also empty. Okay, user dot username, it's not a good thing. User dot, let's go with the first, user dot name. Okay, this is meaningful, right? User dot name and user dot password, whatever it is, whatever whichever is good for you, you can go with that. So now I'm just putting comments here. Okay, just wait here. We need to, anyway we need to call the set user, we need to, okay, but this also I will remove it. Okay, to avoid the confusion I will just remove it. Just imagine we don't have this one. Okay, why we need to imagine, just remove it. Okay, now tell me here, suppose again I'm just hard coding the value gil, and password is 12345. So first of all, if you want to display the state information to the text box, what we need to do here, just tell me, anyone, what we need to do?
User dot name.
To user.name, because the name is there in user object and property name is name, and here user dot password. Fantastic, because we have only one state. It is there in the object form. Yes, if you have object, we know, right? This is the object. Like how it will be there, how it will be there. It's like simple. Okay, constant. This is like user equal to this information. This is exactly there in the memory. Okay, you don't need to worry about that, like what it is, what it is. So user dot name, we are mapping this user dot name to a first text box and user dot password to the second text box. That's it. And now if you do change to the username here, anyway that username, the name is there in the this user object only. Set user, what we need to do, tell me anyone? Set user, if I change anything on the first text box, if I do any change anything in the first text box, in the first text, because if you see it's coming. So if I do any change, of course we have disconnect the connection in one direction, so that's why it is not updating here. But if I do something, Just tell me.
E dot target dot user
Okay, very
dot
good.
name.
Yeah. E dot.
Target dot
Very good.
user dot name.
Target dot.
User
Oh,
dot name.
user dot name. Varun, this E is just attached to the text box. Okay, it will give E dot target dot value. It
Oh, sorry,
doesn't.
sorry. Yeah, e dot target dot value.
It
Now
doesn't
we have
know.
user dot name.
Okay. It's fine. Here also set user. Here also we can do E dot target dot value. Is it correct?
లేదన్నా.
No.
ఆ,
Rajendra is saying that this is not correct. This is wrong. Okay. Rohita, what do you say? Whether it's right or wrong? Let's see. Let's see whether it is right or wrong. Just practically we can see that. Just refresh. Still it will display Dylan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm changing. Shubman. Oh my god, I don't know what is happening here actually. What we have done. Reader target dot value. Handle password. User dot password. She is not responding anything. Is it correct? But I don't know why it is not throwing error or something. Okay. What we need to do? E dot target dot value. What is the E dot target dot value, Varun? Tell me. Suppose if I enter S,
Name.
that is the value, right? And you are saying that we need to update to the user. Okay. Observe carefully. User is an object. Name has some value and password has some value. And you're saying that set user and you're giving yes. What does it mean? That means what you're saying now, just go and delete this one and put yes. That's what you're doing, right?
For name only, Nalagu. For object
What
name,
name?
it
What
is
name only? Where you have specified that e dot target dot value you are giving to the set here. Where you have specified that it should give it to the name or password. Did you mention that?
but we are giving on change user handle username, right?
Uh-huh. Huh?
For on change handle user, we are passing that as a value to that handle username, and we are updating that value, right?
Okay, you are saying that Raghu already have given user dot name. That's why if I do any changes, automatically this is directly go and update this value only, right?
Yeah.
It is not going to do that. Okay, but here I'm surprising that it's not throwing any error or something. Maybe if I did anything wrong.
So it will trigger the same function what we have wrote on change. So it will go and read that name.
No, no, because it is not going to do connect like that. Okay, so what we need to do, actually proper one. But why it is not throwing error, that is also surprise for me. If you see in JavaScript, just come back to the JavaScript basics. Okay, already we have said this. So if you see, if you have an object, user, comma, and password.
Raghu, before going that, I have one small doubt.
Yeah, ask me.
But we are not specifying to set user that to use to trigger user dot name or user that password, right? For the handle username.
Yeah.
We are not asking set user to trigger only name or password, right?
Yes, because this text box, whenever you do any change in this text box, it is going to hit this handler.
Handler.
Here, whatever you want to do, you can do. I'm giving a first text box value to you. What do you want to do? You want to update the name or you want to
Value.
update the password? Okay. So here, what is the thumb rule for updating the state? What is the thumb rule?
Set user.
Okay,
Thumb rule.
we should use set user. Another one is we should not
Mute the state.
mutate the state, right? It is immutable. Okay. Just. Okay, I will open a simple JavaScript file so that it's easy. Because when it comes to the primitive, that was very easy. So that almost we will try to do them the same way. Okay, but here the twist is there. Okay, but actually that should show error. But just surprising why it is not showing error. Don't worry. So if you see, I'm just using the same thing. Constant user is equal to object name is suppose Gil and password is 12345. Okay. What's the thumb rule? We should not mutate. We should not mutate. That means, suppose if you want to give a new state, suppose if you do constant, so if you do like user dot, so name equal to SSS, what will happen? Just tell me what is happening here.
It will change the
We are changing
original object.
original object. So if you do console.log after this change, it means we are changing the original object. Just go to the terminal, and see the result. The node app. We are changing the original object. That means we are losing the original data. Instead of that, what we need to do? We should not mutate. That means how we should copy?
Spread of data.
Yes. So we should take a copy. User copy. Okay. If you copy here like this, it is going to provide the same reference. This is wrong, right? I will show you once again. Suppose user copy. If you do change for user copy also, it will reflect on the same object. This is the original object I have copied to the user copy, and I try to change in the user copy, but still it is going to reflect on the original array. That means we should not copy directly. Instead of that, what we need to do?
In console, you need to give user copy, Raghu, here first. Even you want to show anything else.
For comparison, copy. So let me do one thing before your previous thing. So if you see, if I do change for this object, it is going to reflect on two objects, right? Got it or not? ఇది ఒరిజినల్ అరే మనం ఇక్కడికి కాపీ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమైంది రిఫరెన్స్ కాపీ అయింది మీరు ఇప్పుడు యూజర్ కాపీ డాట్ నేమ్ ఎస్ఎస్ అంటే అది యూజర్ కాపీ మాత్రమే చేంజ్ అవ్వాలి కానీ ఒరిజినల్ యూజర్ కూడా చేంజ్ అయింది కదా Right or wrong?
అవునన్నా.
Varun and Bhavita
Yeah.
and who are watching this video. Okay. So how to fix that?
We need to
Because
take shallow
Object
copy.
assign.
we should do shallow copy. This is shallow copy.
Hmm?
Shallow. So now if you see, I'm just doing the same thing. Okay. It is showing some error. What's that error? Triple dot user. User is not iterable. Okay, this is not an array. Raghu, this is not an array, Raghu. This is object. Okay, sorry. What is that? That is object. Oh, that's good. That is good. So if you see, whenever you do now, so if you do changes for user copy, it is not reflecting, right? We have done a changes for user copy. Still, our original data is not spoiled, right? Understood or not? Still, maybe otherwise you went into the confusion.
Understood, Raghu.
Understood? So we should do the same thing. We should do the same thing. Now here only we can fix the issue. Suppose if you want to update the state, first what we need to do, you should copy into the separate variable and change this one and give the new copy to the set user. Okay, come back to our code. What we need to do? What we need to give here? Here set user means you should give a new object with the name and password. Whatever the values you are going to change, that is your choice. I need a new user. That's it. So for that, what I'm doing, should not copy. We should not do a direct copy. What we need to do, we should do shallow copy, destructure it. So what I'm doing here, constant new user. I'm just copying from original users. So I have taken copy, but this is wrong because I'm just copying directly. Instead of that, what we need to do, Varun and Bhavita,
Shallow copy.
most of the people not interested to do practice this one because whichever is very important, whichever is very complex, naturally we will avoid that concept. Definitely that concept will come in interview and we'll come back and learn. Okay, but please don't do that mistake. So you have a new copy. You don't have a connection between this user and this user now. You didn't copy the reference. Now you have a new copy. So now what you can do, this new user dot name equal to, what is that? E dot target dot value. That means whatever the previous name and password I'm just storing here. Now if I do any changes, whether I add GILLS, so I will just take a GILLS. If I do GILLP, it will give GILLP and it will update to the new user. Now pass the new user. Got it? Now tell me what is the value of this new user? This new user have a name and password, name, updated name and password right now because we are just changing the value in the first text box. That's why we need to change only username. So now tell me what we need to do in the second handler here. I hope you can tell me easily. Constant, again just take a new copy. What is that copy?
So,
Right?
Raghu, can't we store that password also in that handle username function method?
How you will store, Varun? How we will store?
I'm
While
just asking.
I'm asking one question, okay, with curiosity. Whenever you are entering username as Gil, at the same time, how you will update the password?
Like we have updated for dot name, right? Like dot password also. I'm doing.
If you know, you can password because if you know what user is going to enter in that text box, yes, you can do. Suppose Any chance is there practically, you can do it. There is no restriction.
Yeah, that is only the trouble.
Yeah, username dot password. Yeah, if you have, but you don't know, right, what user is going to enter in the second text box, right? That's why we should
Yeah.
not do it. Otherwise, yeah, you can update it because that's like a pure JavaScript concept. But here, whenever you do change in the password, then here what you will do, new copy dot password equal to e dot target dot value. Understood? The new, sorry, new copy, whatever it is, whatever the variable you have defined, just give. So here I just given a name as new user. Okay, problem here. The variable name is new copy, whatever it is, fine. Just give a new copy, exactly brand new copy, because the thumb rule is you should not mutate. So whenever you do set state or set user, our responsibility is to give a new object, completely new object. So now observe carefully, it will work perfectly. Previously also it's working perfectly, that's why definitely you will ask that previously also it's working, right? I will find out why it is working properly. So now this is the perfect way. Suppose if you see Shubman Gill, this is the username, and if I do any changes to the password, so the same thing is going to, okay, this cycle is very important. Whenever you change in this text box, it is going to update in this here. So previously we have only one state, but here we are storing username and password in the same state. But whenever you are handling a username, that input text box on change event, carefully we should update that particular value and take a new copy of this user. I'm saying what we need to do, you should give a new user object always. Copy the previous state, whatever, whether it's a string or boolean, whatever it is as an object. If it is an object, go with the spread operator. If it is an array, go with the spread operator, because you can't copy directly. So that's what. Primitives, you don't get confusion, because at the time of primitives, you don't have a complexity, because only one variable is there. You are doing count plus one. Count plus one means it is taking the previous count and plus one, two, and it will update, because two also you are giving a new value. Previously one you are giving two, and then if you click on unclick or increment, again you are giving a three. That's why you don't have any problem. But here it's an object. It's an object. If you don't give a complete object, it's a problem. So this is the perfect one. So if you do practice, then only will understand. Otherwise, I'm saying this is very important whenever you are doing projects. This concept. That's why I have told you, right? Essential JavaScript to learn React. Spread operator is very important if you want to learn React. So definitely, out of every 100 students, 95 students are not interested to do practice the complex things. They are interested to do with a count, increment, decrement. They will do, but I don't know the reason. But if you do practice, then only you will learn. So that's my suggestion. Please do practice. Okay, if you have any confusion, definitely I will explain. So the thumb rule here is you should store this information in a state, you should store this information in the state, and you should take the value also from the same state. So it will take the circular dependency. So you will take the information from the state, and whatever you do changes in the text box, again you should update the changes to the state, and again the state will give the new value to, like a bank account. So if you want to see the result in the here, you should deposit, then it will reflect. Deposit, reflect. Deposit, reflect. Perfect. Understood so far? Varun,
Yeah.
Bhavita, and Rajendra. Okay.
And what is complex thing in spread operator? There is nothing complex, right?
Baba, you have learned. That's why it's not complex.
And we are going to use deep copy in this object also here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if you have a
Register
complex
objects.
object like user first name, last name, address, again it will be an object. So it's going to be much more complex. That's what I'm saying. If you didn't understand what is a spread operator, it's almost impossible to understand what is happening in React. That's why I took a lot of time to explain the fundamentals in React, sorry, JavaScript. Okay, I'm very happy that you are saying that this is a simple concept. That means you understand. I think you have done a practice. Okay, Pavita, what about you?
Yes, sir, understood.
Very good. Rajendra, understood?
ఓకే అన్న. ఎస్ అన్న.
Yes, sir. Very good, very good, very good.
ఈ
So,
అన్న వీడియో అప్లోడ్ చేశారా అన్న ఇది?
yes, sir, every video I will upload. Okay,
సరే అన్న.
don't worry. And here, suppose if you watch any other videos, maybe they will explain with some more optimization because they are not taking a copy and they are not going to update user.name here. They're not going to take 3 lines of code. They will take only 1 line of code. Okay, let me explain how to optimize this code. Okay,
Yeah,
ఎస్ అన్న.
ready?
ఎస్ అన్న.
So, but please
రెడీ అన్న.
practice. Please practice this one also. Just remember and do practice and go with the optimized code. So I'm just commenting this one. Let's go with the optimized code. Let's set user. Okay, set user. Here, what we need to do, we need to give a new user, right? That's what the agenda. So first spread it, old user, and give a new value. What do you want to change? Name, right? E dot target dot value. Understood what I'm doing? What I'm doing? So first I have spread a new user and it has taken copy, and you can override the properties. Here the first with this what will happen? Can tell me? It will take a copy, right? Exact, not direct copy. It is yeah, not deep copy. It's a shallow copy, right? Whatever it is, shallow copy, deep, not deep copy. It's a wrong copy. So you have taken, and if you want to update the existing properties, yes, you can do it. If you do name colon and e dot target dot value, what will happen now? So once you copy this one, at the time name is Gil and password is 12345, and whenever it is added this one new property, at the time it will override the previous property name. Previously it was Gil, right? It is going to update with a new value. Perfect. But if you do practice, then only you can understand. I'm saying, otherwise it's too difficult. So again, set user, right? Set user. This time what we need to do, tell me, can you anyone tell me? Spread user. What we need to do here?
same password.
First password colon here e dot target dot. This is the simplest one. Even some people will do optimize here itself on change itself. They will do, but wait. After few days, after doing some good practice, all these techniques. So please, if you are a completely beginner with a spread operator, please go with this example. Otherwise, you will get a lot of confusion. So first practice on a JavaScript platform. Just create a JavaScript file and try to copy properly. Try to update the properties and try to do. Just play here. Play with a in a JavaScript. Then once you become a perfect in JavaScript, learning React is really easy. Okay, let me go there. So let's see whether it's working or not. So first I'm just, oh, it's throwing an error. Very good. Means definitely I did some mistake. What is the mistake? Cannot read properties of undefined reading value. E dot. Okay, if you see I spelling mistake. Target dot value. Okay. So hopefully that was a mistake. Yeah. Congratulations. Should Man will winning the IPL is not a big deal. Please go and win Test Championship. That is very important for us. From last, like I think more than 10 years, we don't have any major ICC trophy. So please bring back the trophy. So, oh, click on sign in. Okay, so far we didn't implement sign in. Okay, so this is what it's working properly. So for our happiness, let's go and add some logic on sign in. Now, if you see, I'm just
There one more point you can specify, Raghu.
tell me.
Someone can do this mistake also. First they will do name and after that they will give shallow copy.
Uh-huh.
In line number 9,
Okay.
first they will give name name e dot target dot value, then they will give shallow copy.
Okay. If you do this thing, what will happen?
Yeah, I'm just telling. I'm just
Yeah.
telling some.
Yes. That's the correct thing because few people will do that, like me. Okay. If you do name is equal to a target value, and after that you spread the new information, what will happen? Okay, first in this object name is yes. Suppose if you are typing Shubhaman Gill, yes, comma. If you do spread this operator, now what will happen? It will override this. It will override this value with what is there in user dot name, because if you do, if you mention the right side, it is going to execute from left to right, so that it will override e with yes with Gill again. So this is the wrong thing. This is the wrong thing. Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Varun. Yeah, because yeah, definitely there is a chance that a few people can do that mistake, but yeah, no problem. Please do mistakes, but don't do the same mistake again and again. Okay, so now this is super and fantastic. Let's see. So username and password. Okay, I think it's 9:55. So can I share that? Okay, initially, before starting the session, I said I'm going to give some. I'm going to announce something for you. You remember or you forgot?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, just tell me. Just guess what it will be. Out of curiosity, I'm asking. Just guess it.
Can you give me a hidden?
Maybe starting a project.
Sorry.
We starting a project.
Bhavita said we are going to start a project. Okay, that is the one option. Yes, that is the one option, Varun. And another thing is, I need to prepare for options also. Just guess it, no problem. Right now, I'm not able to give options. Or I'm going to start another 1 hour of training like that. Or we are going to conduct training offline. Okay, it's a time-based process. Okay, anyway, I'm going to explain. Yes, Bhavita said perfect. What it is, we are going to start a project. But tell me, with which technology? Either with JavaScript or React
Both
or anything.
JavaScript and React.
Sir, we will do same project in all using JavaScript and React.
We should do project with the JavaScript and React. Both should be involved. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
No, sir. ఒకటే ప్రాజెక్ట్ బోత్ చేయాలి సార్, జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ లో చేయాలి, రియాక్ట్ లో చేయాలి.
Perfect.
వీళ్ళైతే HTML అండ్ CSS కూడా, అంటే ఫస్ట్ HTML CSS తో కంప్లీట్ చేసిన తర్వాత జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ మళ్ళీ రియాక్ట్ అదే.
Okay, tell me.
సేమ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ 3.
Okay. HTML, we should involve HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and React and
Node,
very good. Node and
TypeScript.
very good. Okay, I will add TypeScript here and tell me,
Maybe Next.js.
Next.js also. Okay. Next.
MongoDB. Obviously, if you are doing MongoDB is required.
Then no. What is the CSS framework?
Bootstrap. I know
Bootstrap.
Bootstrap.
You like Bootstrap
And
or
Tailwind CSS. I like Tailwind CSS.
Tailwind CSS? Okay, three options are there. Okay, anything, at least one CSS framework out of these three. Is there any other thing we need to use?
Webpack.
Okay, good. What's that? Webpack. Uh-huh. Then testing also.
Just
React testing library. Then okay, which project? Just tell me suggestion.
JSON.
Which project? Okay, JSON everything. Then what is the project idea?
Farmers.
Okay, farmer's friend. Okay, like e-commerce application. Okay, yes, almost whatever I'm thinking. Okay, yes, we are going with that. Yes, we are going to start with a project with the Next.js. Okay, if you do project with Next.js, it is going to involve everything in everything. We are going to use HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, TypeScript, React.js. Which version of React.js we are going to use? What is the latest version? What is the latest version of the React.js? Where is that version number? Okay, latest version is 18. Okay, fine. What is the latest version of Next.js? Just check in the Google and tell me. What is the latest version of the Next.js?
13.
Okay. Yes, we are going to do a project with the Next.js version 13. We are using React.js, of course. Next.js is a framework on top of React.js version 18, and we are using TypeScript, of course, version 5, major version. And what you said, we are using Jest. We are going to use React testing library. And Varun said, shall we go with the Node.js also? Yes. To build a server, we are going to use Express.js. The database, we are going to use MongoDB. Okay, including many things like CSS framework, definitely. We can go with the Tailwind CSS because it is like type Next.js is supporting by default for Tailwind. Of course, it will support everyone, but it's giving preference for Tailwind CSS, not Tailwind JS. Sorry. Tailwind CSS and dot CSS framework. Okay. Yes. What is the project we are going to do? A e-commerce application similar to Amazon, because if you do same Amazon, even if you mention in the resume, suppose definitely you will get suppose if you get a 50 marks for that. If we do project with our own idea, we will get 100 marks out of 100. Because suppose if they want to give a weightage for your project, if you do Amazon clone, they will give a 50% weightage. But if you do a project with your own idea, with that is not existed so far, definitely they will give a more points. Like I hope it will be 100%. So, okay, so far I think we started training HTML and CSS. I think October. I think if I'm not wrong, October 2022 we started. At the time I said, okay, 100 days challenge. I said within 100 days we are going to recreate Amazon. But later I decided that okay, if you are not good at JavaScript, without learning JavaScript properly, if we do projects, there is no use actually. In that perspective, I just focus on the JavaScript completely. Of course, still, of course, definitely there is no completion like anything because it's a ocean. So hopefully we have done all the major concepts. Still a lot of important concepts are there. We are going to cover all these things. So because if you see today, if we have taken example with a live example like login form, yes, the same way we are going to implement a login form in production as well. Of course, we some small changes. Okay, so from next session we are going to do a project. Okay, so far the learning process is focusing on the basics through some simple examples. So next session directly we are going to do a project. So directly we are going to do a project with whatever we understand so far. And suppose while doing project, if whenever we are using context, at that time I will explain what is the context clearly, and we are going to implement that part. And whenever we need a use effect, I will explain what is use effect, and immediately we are going to use that use effect in our project. So the project is a farmer's friend. Okay, this for learning purpose only. And if it is goes well, definitely we can help farmers. That's the secondary thing. So first thing is learning purpose. So is it okay? Are you happy or not?
We are also so much happy.
Ready? Okay.
Finally, the day has come.
Yeah, but for these sessions also, you are not able to attend the live training. I can't do anything. Just a minute, just for 2 minutes I will do. Okay, what I'm saying, for doing a project also, if you are not able to adjust your timings in daily 24 hours, everyone have a 24 hours only. If you still depends on recordings, okay. Okay, with suppose if you're not doing any practice compared to that watching the video and practice, okay, I'm very happy. But I'm saying if you want to get complete benefit complete benefit, you should join the live sessions, and you should do practice on the same day. And if you do, you should practice along with me. We should complete the project in with a right speed and the right coordination. So then you can learn a lot. Otherwise, but that is your choice because I don't know what is your preferences, how you are spending
Ready,
24.
Raghu.
Yeah, yeah, but because if you get a chance, suppose if you understand the importance of doing project, but your body and your situations are not supporting to you to attend the live training, that is the fate. Okay, means చాలా మనం చెప్తుంటాం కదా, మన దరిద్రం, మన బ్యాడ్ లక్. ఓకే, ఇవన్నీ మనం తీసుకున్న డెసిషన్స్ మీద 50% ఆధారపడి ఉంటాయి. సో పక్క రూమ్ లో 100 కేజీల బంగారం ఉంది, ఈ పక్క రూమ్ లో దొంగ ఉన్నాడు. సో వాడు ఆ 100 కేజీల బంగారాన్ని ఎలా దోచుకోవాలని ఎన్ని ప్రయత్నాలు చేస్తాడో అంత డెడికేషన్ ఉండాలి స్టూడెంట్ కి. సో ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ ట్రైనింగ్ with Next.js, with all the new technologies. Of course, if you maybe you say that Raghu, what you are saying, I'm not able to understand what you are saying in the sessions, then just leave it and go for any other training. If you have a trust on me, if you have a confidence on me, follow me properly. So my sincere suggestion is, okay, I will give a 2 or 3 timings. I will discuss in the WhatsApp group. Try to attend the live training so that you will get 100% benefit. That's what my suggestion. Okay, I'm talking too much. Okay, now tell me, are you ready? Are you ready?
When we are starting, Raghu?
Day after tomorrow only. I'm just giving 1 day break to you.
Tomorrow we don't have any sessions.
Yeah, tomorrow we don't have any session. You just recollect whatever we have learned so far, or just take complete vacation and just enjoy the day. And from day after tomorrow, like 17th May, 17th May, I will discuss the timings in the WhatsApp group and we can confirm. So from 17 we are going to do the project with Next.js, the React framework for the web. The latest version is 13. The stable version just came, I think 2 or 3 weeks back only. I think May 1st to May 5th. lots of announcements happened. So we got the really awesome framework. So I'm going to explain all the latest thing. Of course, I'm learning parallelly. I'm learning whatever I'm learning. I'm going to give my best to you. That's all. That's the only announcement. Like Bhavita, understand without explaining what was my plan. That's fantastic. So that's all for today, and see you on day after tomorrow. And I will just mention the timings, and of course I will create some teaser kind of thing. And one more thing, like if whenever you are watching the video in the YouTube, just click on a like button, man, because who are attending a training, live training, if you are not able to click on like button, how other people will trust that this training is good? Okay, our intention is to help more people, and suppose some person got this video, and if you observe that zero likes on that video, and how we will watch, because whenever, of course that's a natural thing, when if I open any video, if no views are 20 or 30, and if you don't have any likes, no one will watch that. If you feel this information is good, if you feel this information is going to helpful for other people, I think nothing wrong, right? We are not going to lose any money, or Google is not going to take your information also whenever you click on like button. Nothing wrong to click on like button if you got benefit from any video, not only for SVGIE. I'm not requesting. I'm not requesting because I don't have any benefit on that. My only intention is, uh, if this information is useful for students, it's better to spread that information to many people, because knowledge is very important. Our mission is to share the knowledge to everyone. If the content is good, we should share. Otherwise, just click on unlike button. If you don't like our trainings, no problem, just click on unlike button also. That is fine for me. Okay, I'm not requesting. Okay, if you want to share the information to other people, you can click on like button. Okay, but please do practice. That is very important for me. If you do practice, I'm very happy. Apart from that, nothing is not important. Okay, fine. Varun, Bhavita, and Rajendra, are you ready to join the live sessions and do project? If you, I,
Yes,
I,
yes.
I think that is going to be the best part so far what we have done, because we have done a good foundation, and now we can do projects without understanding user fact, without understanding context. We can start the project whenever it is required. We are going to learn quickly and we are going to use it. So nothing is going to stop us. Okay, so hopefully we are going to finish the project with Node.js, Express.js, MongoDB, and React 18 and Next 13 and Tailwind CSS with the TypeScript, and we are going to deploy in the cloud platform. Hopefully you can mention that project in your resume. At least with that project, they will trust you, whatever you have learned, and you should get a job. Okay, maybe have taken too much time, hopefully, but we didn't waste even any 1 hour also. Maybe sometimes I used to explain repeated things. Please do practice these kind of unnecessary things. That's my problem. But apart from that, hopefully we have utilized our time properly. Okay, that's all for today, and see you on next session. But assignment is for you is, if you have a array inside the state, how you will do that. Okay, that's assignment for you. That's all for today, and see you again on day after tomorrow. Bye bye. Okay, I'm stopping the recording.